Hey, what's going on, guys? Matt Modi with OddsJam, and what we're going to do in this video, we're going to bet some baseball. So, finally had a good day yesterday, had 4 picks total. 2 of them hit, one of them was refunded because the batter ended up not playing, and my biggest bet ended up losing. And this one was really devastating because this one I got at minus 125 odds on BetMGM, and the closing line ended for this prop at like minus 170. So I thought of all the bets I could rely on this one the most. Of course, that's not how sports betting works, and this one lost, but I was still able to profit about $54. So since my new strategy started, I am just down about $83. I mean, I'm still down, but that's a far cry from how bad I had been doing before. So I have a lot of faith in this new strategy. Of course, if this bet had hit, the one that I had a lot of faith in, I would have been up and that would have been awesome, but that wasn't the case. But that's okay. So another day where I have my ridiculous location issue. Like if I log into FanDuel, you will see my location doesn't work, but I was able to log in some bets this morning from my bedroom. As you can see here, yep, dismissed, thank you. Like all these locked in, 624, 624, 624. So this one I locked in last night, 623, but still able to get some bets in. So basically what I'm going to do, of the bets that I took this morning that are still on this page as positive EV that fit the criteria, will be added to my Matt's Bets checklist. So number 1 looks like there are 3 here. Of course, every bet I get, I get from the OddsJam Positive Expected Value page. Just to give a 15-second recap of what this means. This OddsJam line is pulled from the most accurate bookmaker in the world. These are going to be viewed as the true line. Anywhere in which we can get better odds on another sportsbook is going to have positive expected value. And boom, 15 seconds. So for this first one, JD Martinez over 1.5 player bases. This is in the Guardians versus Red Sox game. So this one I locked in. The OddsJam line prices this at minus 116. Of course, before you do anything, it's important to remove the VIG and find out what the true line of a play is according to the OddsJam line. So the VIG is essentially just juice that sportsbooks price up odds. It's how they make all their money. They don't charge a transaction fee. Instead, they just price up the juice a little bit of the odds, and that way, no matter what happens in terms of outcome, they'll make their money. So for the OddsJam line, it's important to remove that juice, remove that VIG, and find out what the no VIG fair odds or the true line of a bet is. Then from there, you can look into the other sports books, and anywhere in which you're getting better odds than the no VIG odds is going to be positive expected value. So for this one right here, the play is JD Martinez over 1.5 player bases. So the bet was at plus 110 on PointsBet. Of course, there's a couple things that I do before placing bets. Number 1, aside from looking at the math here, obviously getting it from the positive EV page, is I like to open things up in a new tab. And I also like to look at this market width category here. So for player props, anything that is 35 cents and below for market width is going to be within range of something that I would like to bet. Market width is essentially a way to measure confidence in the line. The lower numbers, the better. So for game props, like this DraftKings one here that I locked in, this one is at 25. So anything 25 and below for a game prop is fair range. And then anything, like I said, 35 and below for a player prop is also within range. So for this one here, JD Martinez was 30 cents. So that one checks off the box. Now, if we go to the play itself, you saw me open it up in a new tab. I just like to compare to see what all the books are pricing it at. And this is a pretty massive difference amongst all the sports books. So OddsJam has it at minus 116. Again, PointsBet has it at plus 110. And it looks like every other book aside from FanDuel has this significantly closer to the OddsJam line. DraftKings, Caesars, MGM all have it in the minus 110 to minus 123 range, much closer to the OddsJam line. So this plus 110 on PointsBet, I think, is a truly positive expected value bet. Now for player props, I like to look into the pitching matchup a little bit as well as the batter history. So in this case, JD Martinez is going against a good pitcher, but I did look at his history and he's had 6 at-bats and he's gotten 3 hits. So obviously not a huge sample size, but still pretty good considering he's playing against a good pitcher. And then if you look at JD Martinez's stats, he's having a decent year. I mean, he's batting .326, and he's one of the Red Sox best pitchers. So I thought this one was good. So I locked it in. Looks like this one is going to be... So actually, let me back up. For unit sizing, I go off of the Kelly criterion method. For player props, I generally half what it tells me to put. So this one is, I think I put 75 on it. I think I got it at better odds, but I'm going off of what I can actually place now on the video. So this one is going to be a $60 play for me. So it's going to be JD Martinez. And let me start the new day. So it's JD Martinez over bases. I bet it at, so this was going to be a $60 play at plus 110 odds. And the next thing I like to do is calculate my expected profit. And you can do this literally by looking at this percent here. So this percent that you see is essentially can be viewed as your profit margin. It's that you can actually calculate how mathematically profitable the bet is. And for this one, 5.42% is pretty good. So all you need to do is just type in the percent, 5.24, and then I have a formula here. It's very complicated that I can drag down, and literally it just multiplies the wager size by the percent to give you an actual dollar figure that you can figure to make on this bet. So this one is roughly $3.14. And yeah, I like to track that just because over time you will see your net profit will start to equal your expected profit. Obviously, I need my net profit to be in the green before I can start doing anything. But with this new strategy, I have a lot of faith. So that's my first one, JD Martinez over 1.5 bases plus 110 odds on FanDuel, or excuse me, PointsBet. The next one, which is on FanDuel, is Max Kepler over 1.5 total bases, and this is in the Twins versus Rockies game. So similar logic here, of course. Let's remove the VIG. Let's find out the market width, all that good stuff. The width, 32, check. OddsJam line has it at plus 101 with the VIG removed, plus 114, check. That gives us a profit margin of roughly 4.78%. So let me just type that in here so I don't forget, 4.78%. Now, the couple things I like to do, open this up in a new tab. Let's see where all the sports books are pricing it at. So this was going to be Max Kepler over. And let me also go to the game here in, so we can look at the pitching matchup as well. There's all those things are important. And this is great. I mean, right off the bat, two bad pitchers is what we like to see. Dylan Bundy, 5.17 ERA. German Marquez, I don't want to butcher his name, but German Marquez, 6.616 ERA. So just because, in this case, Max Kepler, only 2 at-bats, hasn't gotten a hit. But I'm expecting just a lot of runs in this game, probably take the over, if depending what it's priced at, especially because too good, I mean, like you said, these 2 bad pitchers is great. So over 1.5 total bases, I like from a baseball perspective. So now I need to go to just look at where all the books are pricing it at and exactly what we're looking for. I mean, I could not come up with a better example of why we compare all the lines. OddsJam, plus 101. Every other book, literally every other book that we have odds for, prices it closer to the OddsJam line, with PointsBet being the closest, but still only at plus 105. So insane value here, exactly what we're looking for. So this is going to be added to, I mean, I've already locked it in, but in terms of this specific one, I'm going to go ahead and put a $50 bet, 2-unit wager, adding to my bet size. So this was Max Kepler over, and this is again bases, and this was a $50 wager at plus 125 odds. And again, drag it down to get the expected profit margin, in this case, 2.39%. Or excuse me, $2.39 of expected profit on this one. So then the last one was this total runs, alternate total in the Angels versus Mariners game. So this one, plus 190 odds on DraftKings. The OddsJam line has it at plus 171. With the VIG removed is at plus 179. So 25 cents in market width. So within range, just within range, but it all still counts the same, with a profit margin of 3.78%. So again, let me type this in here so I don't forget, 3.78%. And now let's do all the checks and balances to see where it looks like from a baseball perspective and then from a discrepancy perspective. So I need to go to the Angels-Mariners game. And let's just look at this preview here. 2 not great pitchers, but not 2 horrible pitchers either. Chris Flexen, Michael Lorenzen. 2 offenses that have kind of been struggling. I mean, for the Angels, it's literally just Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and nobody else. Of course, in 12 at-bats, Ohtani has actually struggled a lot against Michael Lorenzen. And then Mike Trout, in 5 at-bats, only has 1 hit. So, again, you can't put too much emphasis on specific batter pitcher trends like that when it's such a low sample size. And then also, I mean, all the other pitchers are raking against him. But I do like this one, especially from the math perspective. So let's just look at all the odds. So under 7.5, plus 190 on DraftKings. The closest book has it at plus 180, and that's on FanDuel. And then again, as we saw, the OddsJam line has this at plus 171, plus 179 with the vig removed. So this is one that I did take, as you can see the check mark there. I think I put $50 on this one. Yep, exactly a 2%, 2-unit play, $50 at plus 190 odds. So let me just go ahead and add this to my tracker, and this will be my last play. So this was under total runs. I put 50 on this one at plus 190 odds, and I already have the expected value percent there, which will probably be similar to the last one, 1.89%, so a little bit lower, but the percentage is lower as well. And these are going to be my 3 specific baseball plays for today. So if you're tailing this new strategy, I'd love to hear it starting to have a little bit of success. Let me know. You can hit me up at my Twitter handle, Modi_Matt. And then, of course, do the big 4 on the YouTube channel. Like, comment, share with your friends. And then the last one, of course, click that plus button and subscribe. That's all I got for you. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.